Hello friends. Welcome to the new episode of Untold Fiction Stories. To subscribe to this blog, please visit untoldfiction.blogspot.com. Let's start the recital of this new short story called The Blind Boy. My name is Prashanth. I worked as a software engineer in a leading MNC in Delhi. It was a hot summer evening with a heavy humid weather. A warm breeze was blowing on my face as I stood near the train's door. I was returning home completely exhausted from my day's work. There was a large crowd on the local train which only made me feel more tired. I was very depressed that day. It was appraisal time and I had got a bad rating and my junior had just been promoted instead of me. A lot of thoughts were crossing my mind. As the train was crossing over the river bridge, I even thought for a moment of jumping into it and ending my miserable life. The thought of my wife and kids pulled me back. After all, I had put so much effort the last year into my work. I had achieved all my goals set by the management. I had even helped them achieve and exceed all their revenue goals. I had mentored my juniors. And, they had just used me all along and promoted my junior instead of me. My manager did not even acknowledge my hard work and instead was pointing only to few of my mistakes. I was tongue-tied during the appraisal meeting. I was just too shocked and had gotten emotional to the point that I simply could not answer back. I just listened to what my manager had to say and politely left the room. But, inside I was screaming and I was totally angry. I was thinking that how people just use you to achieve their selfish motives. I had been such a big fool that I had sacrificed my family life for this company. I had come home late almost every day. I used to remove my work frustration at home on my kids and wife. I gave them no time and missed so many important family occasions. At the end of the day, it seemed like it was just not worth it. That evening, after many days I had not stayed back in office to work late. The train had traveled very fast it seemed as I was lost in my thoughts. My station's arrival announcement was made as the train came to a grinding halt. I lifted my heavy laptop bag and made my way out of the crowded train. The platform was also very heavily crowded and I slowly made my way out of the sea of people to come out of the station. As I came out, I saw a lot of auto rickshaws and taxis in the parking lot. I was approaching one of the autos when my eyes suddenly fell on one blind boy sitting in a corner. He was a lean boy wearing some dirty clothes and no shoes. But, he was holding a book in one of his hands and had a donation box. As I approached him, I saw what was written in the donation box for my education. Now, I know there are many cons in my country. Women carry little children and beg to get more money. People are maimed and thrown on the streets to earn money. Eunuchs can be seen on every traffic signal begging. Also, little children are blinded to make money. So, even though I felt sad for this child but I knew that he must have been begging at the behest of some local goon. So, I was just about to cross him to an auto which was parked nearby. But, I saw some sheets of papers lying near the boy and a for sale cardboard plate. This drew my attention and I asked the little boy what he was selling. The boy said he was writing and selling poems for his education. I was mildly taken aback as I had never heard of any such thing before. I asked him if I could read one of his poems and he readily agreed but said that please do not click any pictures of this sheet. I took the sheet from him and read his poem which went as follows. I am a little boy and I can't see. But I never stop dreaming of whom I can be. I love my parents and my sister. We stick together no matter how much our life makes us suffer. I want to make people happy. It does not matter even if some of them call me shabby. My mama always tells me to study harder. She says that it will make the people wonder. Whenever things seem to be tight, I pray to the Almighty for His might. But sometimes I do worry. When people ignore me in a hurry, I wish they would pay me some attention, so I could also pay for my education. I was amazed by the depth of thoughts in this little boy's poetry. I took out my wallet and paid 100 rupees to the boy which was the cost of his poem. As I boarded the auto it seemed how trivial the problems in my life had been. I prayed to God and thanked Him for all the gifts He had bestowed upon me. I decided at that moment to not let my work influence my family life. As I look back on that day 20 years later, I am still bewildered. The blind boy has today become one of the greatest contemporary poets of our time, having published several books in his name. And, as for me, I have become the boy's publicist. I had bought all the poems of the boy the next day and got them published. The boy became an overnight celebrity and I took over a new job as his publicist. Who says that miracles don't happen? I am a living proof of one. The end. Hope you enjoyed listening to this short story. You can listen to more short stories by subscribing to this channel. Goodbye.